Have you ever played a song and it instantly changes your mood or bring back memory from years ago? This is because music has a powerful effect on the brain that we don't recognize or may not recognize. Now, music is something we listen to every day from driving, studying, being a student, or working at a job or working out at a gym. For me, I use music for all those reasons listed. I use it to study, to work out, to get through my day at the job, and do work. I even used it while coming up with this PowerPoint to help inform you guys on the way that music impacts the brain. Now, way number one is music affects emotions. Music triggers emotional responses in the brain. Now, for a second, uh, think about upbeat music. Upbeat music makes you happy. And now think about more slow music. It makes you calm, relaxed, or even maybe sad. Now, for me personally, I listen to upbeat music to get through workouts, to, to get through workouts, to get through my day at the job, because kids are stressful at my job. So I have to stay happy, energetic, and, motivated to get through the day. Those are times I use upbeat music. I also use upbeat music to study sometimes. Like maybe with a hard assignment, I'll put on upbeat music to help motivate me. Now, when you use relaxed, calm music, it's more for the weekends when you're trying to be relaxed, calm from working all week. The slow music keeps you relaxed. Or sometimes I may use slow music to help study and focus because it also keeps you relaxed. For I use both musics for homework, but it doesn't matter. Now, another way that music affects the brain is releasing a chemical that makes us feel good, known as dopamine. And this is supported by multiple authors in a neuroscience article. Or authors such as Salampur, Benavoy, Larcher, Dagger, and Zator. Now, a 2011 article, neuroscience article, talks about dopamine, and it states how it anatomically distinct dopamine released during anticipation and experience of peak emotion to music. And information on this is through pages 256 and 262. Now, dopamine often is what gives us the chills when listening to a favorite song. Like for me and my friends, if we're on the way to a concert, which has happened multiple times, we tend to play music by the following artists. It'll be our favorite song, and we often get goosebumps, we get the chill, it gets us excited, amped up, and that is dopamine working. The chemical that music releases, it helps us feel good. Now, another thing is music improves memory. Music triggers memory. You may hear a familiar song or a song that is familiar, triggers a past experience or emotions. Like, for me, when I hear music by James Arthur, Arthur's name, James Arthur, he's a singer. I think about a past experience I had with someone I met before. I had a very tight bond, and it just triggers all the memories, the good memories, the bad memories, positive, negative. It can make me happy, it can make me sad. That's because it triggers that memory. It brings back the memory of that person. Another way is it is used in therapy to help with memory recall. Now, this goes from people who suffer with Alzheimer's or dementia. Their therapists may use music to trigger memory, bring back childhood memory, through music. I often scroll through social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I'll see people recording elderly people or their grandparents, or, the assistants will also record, the certified nurse assistants or whatever. And patients tend to be very unresponsive up until the point where they hear a song that triggers memory. Now, they're very responsive. They're ready to sing along. That's what music does to the memory. It triggers memory. It can bring back, great experiences. And this is supported by the Alzheimer's Association. The article is music and memory care. An article by Alzheimer's Association now. So today, we learned that music helps affects the brain emotionally. Affects the memory and just changes our overall mood now. So next time you listen to music, think about how it isn't just music. It's not just entertainment. It's something that shapes our brain daily, shapes the way it functions, shapes our memory. So today, what music or what song will you play to help shape the way you think and shape the way your brain functions today?